Good morning, and thank you for attending Police Headquarters. I'm Constable Carolyn DeClute, and I'm here today to introduce Chief Mark Saunders, who will be presenting a check to Victim Services Toronto. Chief?
Thank you so much, and thank you all for being here today. I just want to talk a little bit about the Chief's Gala and its importance to me. Victim Services plays such an intricate role in community safety and in rehabilitation and helping survivors and victims. And this year was an extraordinary year, fantastic turnout. I want to thank all of those that took part in making this event happen, all the co-chairs that have continuously devoted their own time and commitment to helping, the sponsors who help make this be the reality that it is. As you know, it was my first appearance with a brand new kidney, my wife with one less kidney, but I knew it was important to come. And I think the resounding point was when I had the opportunity for listening to Anne Breen present her speech and presentation and her life story really had impact and reinforced why victim service plays such an important role in this great city of Toronto. As we move forward, it is so important that if we get it right, as law enforcement, when we go out and enhance community safety by helping those that are in need, that's only the front end of the journey for many people that we come in contact with. The back end, which plays a much more important role in helping reestablish lives, and the volunteers of victim services, we have so many of them who put it on the line to do it because it's the right thing. It's what makes Toronto, Toronto. I'm so proud of all the employees of victim services, and I want to publicly say thank you for the great work that you do. It is so necessary in today's environment, and I only see it growing. And I hope that other agencies across the country have a look at the playbook that we have here in Toronto. It has been tried and true. It works. It saves lives, and I can't thank Victim Services anymore. So, Bonnie, to you for your leadership with Victim Services. People think that you are attached to the Toronto Police Service. They are not attached to the police service. They work with us. It is a strong partnership, a partnership that I will make every effort to continue to maintain that strength, because the proof is in the pudding. The results that we see at the end of the day and the testimonials are so fantastic. So everyone that attended the gala, thank you for attending. I hope next year is even bigger and better. And as we create that awareness piece, as more people understand what victim services, the roles that they play, the over 20,000 cases that they deal with victims, they too will have an understanding of seeing the magic that happens as a result of the fantastic work that they do. So thank you so much for being here and giving me an opportunity.
So today is really a fantastic day, a day that we celebrate. And I have to say, at Victim Services Toronto, we're usually the ones who are giving the help. We spend our days, our afternoons, our evenings, our nights helping victims of crime and sudden tragedies cope with despair, with grief, and with pain. We help more than 20,000 people each and every year, and our work never stops. We work 24 hours a day, 365 days a year to help people rebuild their lives. But today is different. Today, we at Victim Services Toronto are the ones who are getting the help, a lot of help. Help from the community, help from our partners, our sponsors, and our friends. There are hundreds of people who have made this significant contribution to Victim Services Toronto possible, and I'd like to take a moment to acknowledge just a few key people and some of our sponsors. Of course, there would be no Chief's Gala without the incredible support of Chief Mark Saunders. He's been a supporter of services for victims throughout his career, and we are truly fortunate to be able to work with you and have your support. So I thank you wholeheartedly. I'd also like to acknowledge the support we get from the Toronto Police Services Board and, of course, all the members of the Toronto Police Service. I'd like to acknowledge our major sponsors, Diamond presenting sponsors, Onyx Enterprise Solutions and Lyuna, Platinum sponsors, Diamond and Diamond Lawyers, Synoptic Medical and Sugar Mobile, Gold sponsors, Tom's Place, Bell Canada, Humber College, MLSE, Browdy, Thorting and Zibarez, LLP, and of course, Panasonic. I also would like to acknowledge Victim Services Toronto's crisis counselor, Ambreen Akbar, for her incredibly moving testimonial at the gala. And finally, I really want to thank Chief Gala's co-chairs, Brian Moniz and Paula Silver, the entire Chiefs Gala Planning Committee, and all the honorary chairs. The money raised from the Chiefs Gala will be used to support and enhance all of Victim Services Toronto's core programs and services, including our 24/7 Victim Crisis Response Program, our Case Management Program, High-Risk Support Services, the TIER Program, which is Teens Ending Abusive Relationships, our Trauma Dog Program, and of course, our very, very vibrant volunteer program. It is a remarkable sum of money and will make a really tremendous impact in the lives of victims. Thank you so much for your generosity and for your support. Yeah. Can we, Brian, are we calling
Okay.
the sponsors for? Sure.
If we could bring up the sponsors and we can present the check. Got everyone here? Okay. We all set?
Oh, can we have Ambreen?
Ambreen.
Can you come, please?
You all set? Here we go. This year we made $413,539. I believe that's correct.
Chief, that's money that's going to go directly to victim services. Maybe you can tell us a little bit about what happens with that money and how it helps people, both of you guys do.
Sorry. Well, we use it actually to operate all our programs and services. So we rely on fundraising dollars. It actually amounts to about 20% of our total operating budget. And we help victims by, we work with the Toronto Police Service. They call us when there's been a crime or a tragedy. And we go out on scene, we help victims in the immediate aftermath of crime with some of the practical issues. And then we assess their long-term needs and provide referrals and linkages to services, to resources, and things they may need as a result of the crime in the community. There's also some money that's available for victims of major crimes who may need access to some resources as a result of the crime. If it's family of homicide victims, there may be, and it's a last resort fund, but there may be some money for funerals, for crime scene cleanup, if there's blood in the home, for we help people arrange funerals, get loved ones in. We negotiate with embassies so that loved ones can come and care for people who have been victimized. And we have a range of programs of services for victims of domestic violence who really are at high risk of losing their lives. We work with about 20,000 people each and every year. And really we help people move forward after a crime or a sudden tragic event.
Pretty important police work, Chief.
They're going, no, absolutely. And the other piece is it doesn't have to be police-led. If anyone who feels is victimized in any way, shape, or form and needs help or assistance, victim services is there. And we know, Joe, the facts are very clear with certain offenses, such as sexual assault. A lot of people don't come to the police, but still need help. And this is an opportunity, this is an avenue which they can take. And I think that's something that needs to be put out there so that people have an understanding.
Just one more question to you, Chief. You spent most of your career front lines, homicide, all the different things you did as a detective. The victims are real, and we see that in the media too, because we talk to victims. But it's not talked about a lot in the balance sheet, and this is a big number here. So obviously the community knows, but maybe talk about the victims, because victims are on the other end of all this. That's why we have police.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think one of the, if you want to talk about the gaps, everyone tends to forget about the victim pieces and the live victims. You know, when you have a homicide investigation, you have so many live victims that are going through trauma and all sorts of stresses, and having certain agencies and avenues that are available to them that are specialized in them really can help with that healing process. And we know through science that the sooner the resources for help come into play, the better the opportunities for moving in the right direction. And so for so many years in law enforcement, we just thought that the story ended after the apprehension or after the court case. That is so untrue. It goes on forever. And so by having victim services, you have a complete holistic approach to from start to finish, which is fascinating. Okay.
Good.
Thank you.
We're going to do a still picture as well. What do we want to do? Am I okay to? Yeah. So let's squeeze everybody in this tight. This is. I think other people can do this too, but it's just so everybody gets in tight as you can, please. This is what happens when you have a writer doing the photography. This is the 2018.
Save Tom's place.
I don't have to, do I? All right, thank you. I'm good. Thanks.
Yeah, but you want to set it up, Phil?
Yeah.
If you need a proper picture, you can set it up.
That concludes today's conference. Thank you for attending.